What's up, Cardfighters? Clark here from Vanguard Central, coming at you with an updated Thavas deck profile.
Stand up, Vanguard!
Alright, so our starting Vanguard is Officer Cadet Andre. He's one of the best starting Vanguards in Aqua Force, and I think going into longer stretches of the game, you want units that are able to restand. And if you don't have that type of unit, you can just toss down a 3, and Andre will make sure that you can restand and get to those battles that you need, just for the reliability of being able to push for those, poking numbers and all that is why Andre is in the deck. So starting out with our grade 1s, we have 4 Kelpie Rider Nikki, in order to stride, of course, and also to search out the Voss in case we have a Skyros in hand and we don't really need him for that matchup, but Nikki is very viable in getting us the 3 that we need. Then I run 3 Battle Siren Stacia for her ability to hit from the back row, of course, and to just force, second, third, or fourth battles in case I need them, and for the Link Joker matchup as well. Then I have 3 Battle Siren Melania. Skill is third wave or more, counterblast 1, and when it attacks a Vanguard, and you have a Thavas Vanguard, grade 3 or greater, you can draw a card and it gains plus 5k. Also, the great thing about this card is it has resist, so against any type of control, it'll stay on the field. So, as long as your opponent doesn't target it, you'll always have a 7k attacker or a 7k booster right in the back row. Then you can keep your front row clear. Then, to round out the grade 1s, we have 4 unflipping PGs, just for the obvious unflipping capabilities in case you CB and you burn all your CB in a couple plays, but the deck doesn't counterblast too much, so Plato is very effective in his job. Starting off with our grade 2s, we have 2 Battle Siren Adelaide for the restanding, of course, and to poke. I chose Adelaide at 2 just because the 2s are so good in Aqua Force that as long as I have a Melania out in field, I can force battles with Magnum Assault or the High-Tide Sniper on top of Andre. So Adelaide at 2 I felt is really good. Then I have 2 High-Tide Snipers to push for numbers and push for those power plays with Lambros eventually late in the game. Then I have 3 Magnum Assaults for Amber Clone boost. If it boosts, you can restand it, give it +2, so just forcing those extra battles that I need. Then I have 4 of the guy on the watch list, Tidal Assault. He can end games turn 2 if you're not careful and you grab those crits. He can just restand and swing away. Tidal Assault honestly is just totally sucks late game, but he does magic early game. As long as you get a good rush off, you can really push your opponent to high damage, and it's very useful now, especially if you get GB2 early with Lambros in this deck. So you're just pushing for game almost every turn if you can. Starting off with our grade 3s, and we have 4 Jockey of the grade C, Skyros. So his skill is that when he's placed on Vanguard, you can choose one of your units, and at the 3rd wave or more, you can look at the top 5 and grab a grade 3 or greater from among them and then reveal it to your opponent. So you're just grabbing yourself stride fodder in case you don't have it in hand, or you already do, you just want to play down an attacker. But the great thing about Skyros is his resist and his ability to keep the front row safe at all times, so CVD won't work, or Vanquisher. And our main grade 3 of the deck is the one who surpasses the storm, Thavas. GB2 skill is that at the 4th battle, he gains a crit and gets guard restrict, so your opponent can't guard with 0, so you're trying to close the game in case you can't stride. Otherwise, his on-stride skill is that when your unit, it's obviously the misprinted version, attacks a Vanguard, if it's a 4th battle of that turn, choose 3 of your opponent's rear guards, and your opponent has to choose one to retire. So you get a little bit of aggro and a little bit of control in Thavas, which makes it really great and really fun to play. Onto our grade 0s, we have 4 Medical Officer of the Rainbow Elixir, of course our heal for RG guarding. And then we have 3 Supersonic Sailor for extra unflip in case we ran out of CB for some reason. And then 4 Kelpie Rider Play-Dohs for the put into soul if you have a Thavas Vanguard and give it +5. And you can draw a card, so extra draw, always good. And you're filling the soul for like Adelaide or High Tide Sniper, so really good card. So it's rounding out 7 crits, and then we do run 4 Malika draw triggers for the +3k, just fixing some numbers or pushing for better columns. And then we do run 1 Blue Storm Battle Princess Doria, so rounding out 7 crit, 5 draw for the deck. It's 7 crit, 5 draw because we can play a little more aggressive, especially if we have Melania on our field, we can get that extra draw from her. Onto my stride zone, I do run 1 Sea Breeze, self-explanatory. Then we run 1 Tidal Bore for the free draw in case we can get it, or just calling a unit. You don't typically do that, but the free draw and on hit is really good, just in case you're trying to pace out that game and you don't want to explode right there. Then I have, for a little bit extra control, I run Marine General of Heavenly Silk Aristotle. I might take this card out for Socrates. I mean, I'm not totally a big fan of Socrates, but with more testing, we'll see. Just in case what else can be good and pops up, but 1 Aristotle, of course. And then 1 of the new guy, Marine General of Heavenly Silk, Christos. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, till end of your turn, all your rear guards in your front row gain +2,000. And if they hit on the 3rd or 4th time, you get to draw a card. So I think that's awesome, because then you can just stack triggers on Adelaide, you can stack triggers on Magnum or High Tide, and just swing away and hope you can get a draw. And it's for a cheap 1 CB. Then we run 4 Storm Dominator Commander Thavas. For the control, obviously to get GB2, sometimes you want to first try this, but depending on your hand, you can just go into other things. His skill is that when you unflip him, you can give 1 of your rear guards +5 until end of turn, and they can attack from the back row. And his GB3 skill is when it's the 4th time or more, when your unit attacks a Vanguard, you choose 3 of your opponent's rear guards, and your opponent chooses 1 rear guard from among them and retire it. So same thing as the grade 3. Oh, look, they're twins. As the grade 3, so you get 2 retires instead of 1, which is pretty intense from an Aqua Force deck, because you're just going to be swinging away, stacking triggers on restanding units, and retiring at the same time. Then our finisher of the deck, 4 Marine General of Heavenly Silk, Lambros. When it gets to the 4th battle, you unflip a copy, choose 2 of your rear guards, and they get +10k. So it's super deadly now, especially if you G-guard first and you have the right setup in your field to go for Lambros. You can end the game really quickly, but otherwise Lambros is never bad. Just taking out at least 8 cards from your opponent's hand if you're sealing victories really quickly. Onto our G Guardians. For now, I run 2 Guard Leader of Sky and Water, Flocia. Personally, I don't really like this card just because you can play around it if your opponent knows how to, obviously just swing with your stride as the 3rd stride. But Flocia is fine because it'll always be a 20k guard as long as it's a 1st or 2nd battle. But if you're playing against multi-attack decks, it's like, man, this card just gets put into the dumpster. But otherwise, just 2 for now, just to wait and see what will be better in testing, obviously. 1 Dismal to keep your restanding units right on the board, give them resist, DP matchup, Kaguro, anything like that. And then 1 Metal Element Screw to give the +10k optional power and to get out of range of Diablo, Same Blow, anything like that. And just guard yourself, basically. Thank you guys for watching the deck profile. Hope you enjoyed seeing Thavas and his new friends, sort of just more of a greedy stride zone. But if you have any questions, feel free to post them down in the comments section below. Anything that'll improve the deck, anything basically if you like the deck. But otherwise, Vanguard Central out.